Heniak a drive off a couple of bodies, loose on the side, and Vikman gets to his left.
It's Cagnoni with a move. Cagnoni shoots. Cagnoni scores!
All right, new season. I need some new Sallies.
Yags, we need a lot more rock and roll, okay, in the Sallies this year. Here's what I'm thinking. Tanner?
Yeah, next.
Yags, I love the music idea. Corsi did the violin and the guitar. The Jaeger cello.
Yeah, I'll pass. All right, Tan Man, what do you got for me?
I got the full-on jet plane. Sprints around the ice.
That's the one. That's the one.
Braden Yager comes up short-handed right wing. Yater shot! Scores! Yager bomb!
Hey Warriors fans, this is Atlee Calvert. Join us this Friday as we host our 3rd annual Hockey Fights Cancer Game. We'll be honoring the fighters and survivors and everyone that's been impacted by cancer. Get your tickets for the game at mjwarriors.ca.
Welcome back into the Moose Jaw Event Center, where the Warriors have dropped a 2-1 game to the Prince Albert Raiders here tonight. Tough one for the Warriors. They battled back in that third period, had some chances to get that tying goal, but just couldn't find the back of the net. Max Hilbrand making a massive save late in the game to solidify the victory for the Raiders here in this one. So tough one for the Warriors. Back-to-back losses now against Medicine Hat and Prince Albert. But team will look to bounce back going into home and home against Swift Current coming up this weekend. So let's take a look at the game scoring summary. It started in the first period with Keaton Sorensen getting his 9th of the season on the power play. That came at 8:05. PA dominating the opening frame, outshooting Moose Jaw 12-3 in that period, and they picked up the opening goal in that opening frame. They carried that momentum into the start of the second period as well, and Carson Latimer scored his 7th of the season with a great individual effort, tipping it past the defenseman, then breaking in and scoring what ended up being the game-winning goal, his 7th of the season at 5:14, and that made it a 2-0 game for the Raiders. That would be enough. The Warriors did battle back. Denton Matejchuk gets a power play goal at 17:33, his 4th of the season. Braden Yager picking up his 100th point with the assists on that goal, and that got the Warriors to within one going into the third. The Warriors held the Raiders without a shot in the third period, outshooting them 9-0 in that final period, but couldn't beat Max Hilbrand, who made some big saves late to preserve the win. Warriors going 6-on-4 for a bit there with just over 3 minutes to go in the hockey game. Couldn't find a puck into the back of the net, and then the Raiders defensively locked it down and made sure they got the victory here in this one. Finishing shots were 22-18 in favor of the Raiders. Half of the Warriors' shots coming in that third period, and as I said, held the Raiders without a shot in that final period, but just couldn't find a way to push the puck into the back of the net. Power plays for PA, 1 for 3. Moose Jaw also going 1 for 3 on the night with the man advantage. So Warriors fall 2-1 to the Prince Albert Raiders here tonight. Tough one for the Warriors as they fall to 11-8 on the season, but a couple of big games coming up this weekend as the Swift Current Broncos will come to town on Friday, and then the Warriors head to Swift Current on Saturday to begin what is 8 straight games on the road for the Warriors as they will head out to the BC division after that game next week. Let's take a look at the 3 stars of the hockey game. Third star tonight, Warriors goalie Jackson Unger making 20 saves. He kept the Warriors in this game early on. The score could have been a little bit more lopsided early in this game if it wasn't for Jackson Unger. made some big saves in this hockey game. And second start tonight, Nolan Allen, lockdown defenseman for the Raiders, picks up an assist on the opening goal. And first star is Carson Latimer. He was the game winner, 7th of the season, with a very nice goal there for Latimer. And he's your first star of the night here between the Warriors and the Raiders. So Moose Jaw down falls 2-1 here tonight. We're still waiting to catch up with Warriors head coach Mark O'Leary after tonight's game. We'll take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll have hopefully hear from the Warriors head coach and go through the out-of-town scoreboard as well. That's next here on IKS Media Warriors Live.
Does this look familiar? Your fans deserve an incredible arena experience. It's time for an upgrade. Stunning graphics. Revenue opportunities are just the beginning with our in-venue display systems and scoring technology. Let us help you find the best solution for your facility. EDG, always delivering the best fan experience.
It's where co-workers gather for team lunches. It's where first dates feel a little less awkward. It's where friends are treated like family. It's the Mad Greek.
Thank you for 20 years of local love and support.
We can't wait for the next 20 years. We love Moose Jaw.
Dine in, take out, or delivery for the best ribs in town. Pizzas, pastas, and authentic Greek cuisine. It's the taste of tradition at the Mad Greek, 925 Main Street North, Moose Jaw.
Welcome back into the Moose Jaw Event Center as the Warriors losing 2-1 to the Prince Albert Raiders here tonight in a battle, tight battle here throughout this game. Warriors just couldn't get it going offensively here in this one as they fall to the Raiders 2-1. Now let's take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard here tonight. 3 other games in the WHL. One is still going. All 3 still going on. One in the third period. The Swift Current Broncos have a 4-2 lead on the Brandon Wheat Kings. That game midway through the third period. Nolan Ritchie has scored for Brandon in the third to get them within 2. Misselbacher has the goal for Swift Current in that final period. So it's 4-2 for the Broncos over the Wheat Kings right now late in this hockey game. The Red Deer Rebels up 2-0 on the Edmonton Oil Kings, sorry, that game late in the midway through the second period there, where the Red Deer Rebels have the lead in that one. About 5 minutes to go in the second period of that game. Isley and Grube have scored for the Rebels. And game underway in Portland, no score between the Hitmen and the Winterhawks. That game midway through the first period there in Portland. So no score in that game. Let's still waiting to hear from Warriors head coach Mark O'Leary down in the Warriors locker room. We'll hopefully catch up with him here in a few moments, but we'll get you up to date on what's coming up next for the Warriors. Hockey Fights Cancer Night will be coming up on Friday here at the Moose Jaw Event Center. A big night with the Warriors hosting the Swift Current Broncos and hopefully raising a bunch of money for the Canadian Cancer Society. The Warriors have will be wearing purple jerseys for the game, as well as having some auction items. Those jerseys will be up for auction. There's also a number of jerseys up for auction right now as well on the Warriors website, thecrushcan.com/auctions. You can bid on Atlee Calvert, Jagger Furcus, Denton Matejchuk, and Braden Yeager's jerseys there at the Warriors online store, thecrushcan.com. Those will be on auction until Monday, and then the Warriors will have the silent auction for the entire team's jerseys coming up on Friday as well for Hockey Fights Cancer Night here at here in downtown Moose Jaw when they take on the Swift Current Broncos. You can get tickets to that game at mjwarriors.ca. Still waiting for word if Warriors head coach Marc O'Leary has logged in here for our post-game interview. But we'll hopefully catch up with the Warriors head coach here in moments as we continue to talk about what's coming up for the Warriors after this week. We'll head out on the road for a busy stretch. They'll be in Swift Current on Saturday, but then load up the bus Monday and head out on a 7-game, 14-day road trip to the BC Division. They'll be in Prince George to open up the trip, then at Kamloops and Kelowna, and then they also will travel to Victoria and Vancouver, and then finish up with games in Red Deer and Calgary on the long trek for the Warriors. So it will be interesting to see where they can go. Let's now head down to the Warriors locker room, where I'm being joined by head coach Marc O'Leary after tonight's game. And coach, tough start to this one. Really didn't come out of the gates here in this loss. How tough was that to overcome after that slow start?
Well, I thought we overcame the slow start. After our first shift was really good, and after that we had a real bad first period. I just thought we were loose on checking. Finishing below who we should be, and we were losing races back inside. So I thought the second and the third period was much better. So I thought we overcame the slow start. We just didn't capitalize on the opportunities that we had.
Yeah, in that third period, put a lot of chances towards the net. A big save late in the game on the power play, and you guys didn't allow Prince Albert to get a shot in that period. Was that more of the game you were hoping to see, and just maybe finish on some chances when you could?
Yeah, I think that that's proof right there. If you play the right way and a little bit of urgency, that we can be a dangerous team. But it always has to start with the work habits, and they weren't there in the first period. And maybe that's the hockey gods just deciding we didn't deserve it tonight. So we can't start games the way that we did and try to chase games, but I liked our response after the first period, and we'll need to learn from this and be ready, or it'll be the same result Friday night.
For sure. Jackson Unger didn't get the win here tonight, but really kept the team in it in that first period. What your thoughts on the 17-year-old goaltender?
Yeah, all you ask from a goalie is to give your team a chance to win, and Jackson did that for sure. And you hate on a night like tonight when you give up so little and you're not able to get them a win. So again, I hope we learn from this. It's a long season, and there's going to be games like this where you feel like it slipped away and it was there for you and you didn't get it. But we need to bounce back fast and be ready to go Friday.
Well, good luck coming up on Friday, and thanks for joining us here tonight.
Thanks, Mark.
Thank you to Warriors head coach Marc O'Leary for joining us. That does it for our broadcast here tonight. The Warriors will be back in action on Friday for Hockey Fights Cancer Night here in downtown Moose Jaw. You can get tickets at mjwarriors.ca and tune in to the pregame and postgame shows on Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook, as well as WHL Live. Thanks for tuning in, and have a good night here from IKS Media Warriors Live.